I want to tell the Rembrandt one region. Biographer Rembrandt Harmison one region 1606-1669. A Dutch master and one of the great artists of all time. Rembrandt was born in Leiden in the Netherlands in 1606. It was during a period known as Dutch Golden Age. He came from a reasonably wealthy family. His father was a miller and somehow managed to send his son to Latin school and later the University of Leiden. His education and knowledge of scriptures later proved important when he thought of capturing a biblical sense in his part. However, Rembrandt wasn't inspired by studying and he left university to begin an apprenticeship as a painter in Leiden. In 1624, he spent his first period of time in Amsterdam, where he was able to study under a famous painter called Peter Lastman. With this period apprenticeship under his belt, he returned to his hometown in Leiden and set up his own independent workshop. Unfortunately, Rembrandt's family life was subject to many misfortunes. 3 of their children died in early infancy, and Saskia died after only 10 years of marriage in 1641, age at just 30. This personal tragedy seems to bring forth an added emotion and intensity in the paintings and art of Rembrandt. As a painter, his bedside painting of his dying wife are indicative of his ability to encapsulate human emotion and display Rembrandt's profound ability to empathize with aspects of human condition. He created Prodigal Son in the most bitter period of his life, shocked by the death of his son and beloved woman. One of the parables tells about a son who left his parents' home for a cheerful and carefree life. After many misfortunes, the young man returned home. The old father, blinded over the years, took him in his arms, forgave his grief and loneliness. Rembrandt portrayed his father as old and weak. Rembrandt painted this picture in 1634, the year of his marriage to Saskia, one Ellenburg, daughter of one of his companions, until her death, which followed when she was only 30. This woman was the artist's favorite model. Rembrandt depicted her here in the clothes of Flora, the goddess of spring. Dania, like Flora, refers to that period of Rembrandt's work when the master was fascinated by the opportunity and convey the beauty of a visible world in painting. It is difficult to take your eyes off Dania. Her whole looks illuminated by the unique charm of femininity. She looks a little older than it's customary to depict the chosen deities, but this is what allows Rembrandt to give it feelings overwhelming her special depth. We do not know exactly the date, writing, or the plot of this imbued with mood, a beautiful picture which became the reason for various assumptions. According to the one version's work is associated with artists Armand and Ezer. Is believed that it depicts Armand's suspension or the moment which he receives permission from the king exterminate Algiers. In the 30s, Rembrandt painted a number of paintings, one of them of the Passion of the Lord, including the exhalation of the cross and removal of the cross. For Dutch statesman Frederick Hendrik, the size of the painting is larger, the tone is more saturated. It was painted a few months later. It was kept in the artist until 1656 when he went bankrupt. The broken figure of Christ flooded with bright light, and Mother of God has lost her senses in ground and laid out luxurious depths in which he will lie until the resurrection. This picture, imbued with amazing tenderness, confirms Rembrandt's gift to mix the divine and earthly, such extended, it's longer possible to draw a line between them. The Mother of God, the repeated reading of all the correct and blanket on the inside, or maybe cover his face from the bright light, designed to emphasize his greatness. Filled with tenderness, Mary leaned over Jesus with a true mother's care, once again checking if the baby is all right. The baby sleeps a good night's sleep in wicker cradle, unaware of what's going on around him. Sophoniba, daughter of Carthage commander Hasdrubal, lived at the time when Carthage waged a fierce war with Rome to cement an alliance with the Numidians. Hasdrubal put his daughter off as King Syphax, but was defeated by the Roman Ali Maziniza, who immediately wanted to take the queen as his wife. When the Romans banned him from this marriage, he saved Sophoniba from further humiliation by sending a bowl of poison which the queen did not hesitate to drink. Rembrandt might not have taken this romantic story seriously, but the point it does depict decisive moments of truthful action, being in some respects comparable to the more famous, less theatrical Vesuvius. Rembrandt pointed in many famous pictures. The portraits use light and dark colors. People sitting in the picture are often shown in calm or truthful appearance. He was such a good pointer that many of his pictures make people feel as if they are taking part in what is happening. Pointing by Rembrandt can be seen in art galleries all over the world. Throughout his work, Rembrandt used color, which darkens as it approaches stage of pointing, and lighter towards the center. There is always a certain person or even a group of people that is near the center, and they are shown to be brighter than the rest of the picture. The dark backgrounds are pointed to be very interesting and important. In most of his pointing, there are deep whites and blacks, which shows contrast between different parts of work. Rembrandt's death was very sad. In 1663, Henry Kerr, the favorite artist, died. After a while, Rembrandt buried his son Titus and his bride. In 1669, on October 4, he himself left this world, but forever let mark in the hearts of people who love him. Thank you for your attention.